Hey guys, so it's VEDA day 8 and we are still on our back to school stuff. So, yeah, let's get started with back to school. Hey guys, so welcome to VEDA day number 8. And today we are continuing discussing a little back to school setup, back to school stuff. Now I have a notebook here with some lists of things I want to talk about today, because with us today, technically it's not officially 2 weeks before till school starts until tomorrow here, but I like to be prepped the day before school starts. So we have 2 weeks till school starts officially here. And the first video I did, I talked about, I need to stop saying, I talked about school supply shopping and a few tips that you can use to maybe save a little bit of money when you do your school supply shopping. And for some reason, my wrist is itching. And I do not know why. Okay. So 2 weeks before school starts, this is what I want, or this is what I do. So when I tell you these tips, if you want to, I will try to put a list of the tips down below in the comments so you guys can create like your own list. But these are just a few maybe helpful hints or examples of things that I do to prep for school. And it depends on how many kids you have and what grade they're going into, really what you need to do to prep for school in your house. But these are just some tips that I use and things that I do to help me get better prepared for the first day of school. So first thing I do, after I've bought in all the school supplies and they're just kind of a big pile, I set them out and sort them. I have my son's stuff, I have my daughter's stuff. I separate them out because first of all, they're two different kids, two different grades, they need different stuff. So I separate those out, I sort them, and I label everything. Ooh, excuse me. This year their school boxes have like a fabric on it, so I have to go get a fabric pen. That's the only thing I don't have, and that's on my list of things to get today. So while you're separating out and sorting those, and before you label them, go over your school supply list that you have and double check and make sure that you have everything that you're gonna need for that school year. And if, oh my gosh, you realize I forgot a pack of highlighters, then you have time to go get those highlighters and be ready to go with the rest of the school supplies. So once you've done that and everything is, I would label everything like I said before. I use my Dynamo label maker. I use the clear labels. I don't like the paper labels. They don't seem to stick as well and last as long. So I love using the clear ones. Sorry, my wrist is really itching and it's driving me insane. So yeah, that's what I do. So if you have more than one kid, just start, if you have 2 kids, you've got 2 piles. If you have 3 kids, 3, so on. If you have 1 kid, well, you only have 1 pile. So that's great. So once all those are sorted and labeled and everything, I put them in Walmart sacks or Target sacks. Sometimes I actually will go and purchase like straight up craft paper birthday sacks from the Dollar Tree to put them in with the handles. Because a lot of time at our open house, I mean, I think it's okay to, we did last year, we brought the school supplies to our open house and left them in our kids' desks. Well, my son didn't really have desks. We just put his school supplies by his chair and his teacher put them in his little basket or whatever. But most of the kids, they have desks that open up like this and not tables. Our kids at elementary school, they also have lockers. So yeah, it's not a cubby system where everything's kept in the classroom. It's lockers. So yes, I'm so not looking forward to lockers this year. No, can't say I am, but whatever. I just don't like lockers for elementary school kids. I think it's kind of odd, but whatever. And so I get them in their bags and get them ready to go and make sure they're set out upstairs, ready to go when we go to the open house, whenever that is. I don't know when it is this year. We haven't got any information yet. People are actually still registering their kids here they can register them pretty late. They have it late in case people move in and out, because a lot of people move around town. That is telling me my washing machine is done. The next thing I do is I wash their backpacks. Unless they're getting a new backpack, then I don't wash if they're getting a new backpack. My kids aren't getting new backpacks this year, so let me show you. This is my daughter's backpack. It has got a bunch of, it's telling me the dryer's done. It has got a bunch of little hanging gizmos, Beanie Boo, hangy, clippy things. These were like all the rage at elementary school here. Monster High one that's upside down. So basically I take all the clippies off, I make sure everything is emptied out of here, and then I wash this on cold and gentle, and I hang it up to dry on a hanger. That's why I do it 2 weeks in advance, because they take some time to dry, especially if they have a padded back and the padded shoulder straps. They take a long time to dry. So, and if they're getting a new backpack, then you don't need to do this at all. You just hang it up on their backpack center, or hang it up in their room, or wherever they put their backpack. You just hang it up and then you're good to go. But since we're not getting new ones, I wash them. Okay, the next thing after those new backpacks, now I don't do all this in one day now, mind you. I do this periodically throughout the 2 weeks. I will spread out the tasks. The backpack washing and the labeling is something I like to do pretty early in the week, in the 2 weeks. That's why I did it today. I'm probably gonna be washing backpacks tomorrow. Excuse me. But the next thing I do is I check my kids' tennis shoes. I find their school shoes and I see, okay, can they wear these again next year? Are they devoted to play shoes? Are they going to play shoes? Or have they outgrown them altogether and they need to be donated, or I need to put them in a yard sale bin or something? We already bought our kids' shoes and stuff. We took advantage of the tax-free weekend here and we got them at Payless. Plus, I had a 20% off everything coupon. So if you can buy your kids' school shoes and pair it with like coupons and sales, that is the best way to do it. Now, when it comes to name brands versus non-name brand shoes, I bought my son a pair of Adidas shoes, and he literally wore the little nubby thing that covers the toe off in like, I don't know, a month or so. Yeah. And then I bought him a pair of the starters from Walmart, the cheaper ones, and they lasted longer and looked better in the end of the day, end of the year, than the Adidas did. So I think it just depends on the brand of the shoe. If you know that Under Armour shoes are great quality and they last your kids a long time, that's what you want to invest in, fine. But when you go get your kid's foot measured, whenever it is, whenever you buy them, and then get either a half size or a size up, just in case they grow. I would not be purchasing kids' shoes until the end of July, November, or end of July, August, beginning of August kind of time. Because some kids, you know, they have a feet growth spurt, like in no time. So if you purchase them early, you might want to see what's their return policy, you know, that kind of stuff, because you don't want to be out the money if you don't. Like I said, you know, get their feet measured. I know Payless measures feet. My kids both picked out Champion shoes from Payless this year. Like, we got a pair of Stride Right shoes one time, and the Velcro totally ripped off within like 2 weeks of having them, buying them brand new. So I don't think it has anything to do with the brand. Sometimes I just think you get the quality of that pair of shoes is not as good as it was before. But get their feet measured, get like a half size big. So at least they can get to maybe like the fall season, and you have to get another pair of shoes because their feet grow. Or, you know, your kids' feet grow really slow, then don't get them any size up, get them what they wear now. I will do a video of how I prep my kids' shoes or new shoes that we get in general. I will do a video on that. That's another one of my steps, but I will actually do a video on that and let you guys see that. So this is all 2 weeks before, now mind you. I don't have their lunch boxes down here, but I clean them out, give them a really good washing, clean them out, check all zippers and everything. Because doing this 2 weeks before school starts, you have time to purchase a new lunchbox if you notice that they need a new lunchbox. When I come to purchasing lunch boxes, I look for really good zippers and if there is enough room in there for all of the food. I would go with a bento box if you can, if your kids like to eat that way. Some kids I'd like to bring a salad to school, so I know my kids don't, but go with the bento box because sometimes you can get one big one with many different compartments and fit everything all in one, slide that in there. I always send my kids to school with a thermos for their drink, whether it's hot or cold. I always do because it stays cold longer. And I put some ice cubes in there, or I put it in the fridge overnight and it's super cold when I get ready to pack their lunch. So wash, like I'm saying, wash their thermoses, make sure you have everything, all of the lunch kits and things that they need, lunch boxes, you know, all that kind of stuff. Have all of that. And then I also like to make a list of what my kids like to eat in their lunches, so I know things to purchase, like what kind of foods I need to purchase and stock up on for them to bring their lunch. Like we like the Go-Gurts, we do roll-ups a lot, we do flatbread, and then we do a roll-up with like thinly shaved lunch meat and stuff like that. I make them my own Lunchables. I use little cookie cutters and cut out the stuff. I did find a new thing to make your own Uncrustables, like it's from Wonder Bread. I want to see if our Walmart carries it, because if our Walmart carries it, I'm going to do that to make Uncrustables instead of buying them and just freeze them in little sandwich bags. And then we're good to go. I think that'll be awesome to do it that way. So that's another thing I do, and I like to get enough stuff so I can make a whole week's worth of lunches. Now it depends on if my kids are actually eating, bringing a lunch every day, or eating in the cafeteria. So you'll have to figure that out. Okay. The next big thing I do is I clean up my command center. I go through every single thing that's on my command center. I pull everything out. I put it where it needs to go. If it's from last school year, I put it in their file folders, or I put it in their book, or whatever. If it's just random paper, I write down any information that I need off of that into my home management binder, which I need to find that. It was over here. I think it still is. Yes, it still is over here, but it's kind of fallen on the wayside here. Yeah, I needed to, sorry, my brain's not functioning. Ha. Get that out. My home management binder, which is a Happy Planner. It's an old Happy Planner stuff. That I'm revamping this also. I want to use this because it's bigger. But any information that I need, I put in my home management binder, and I can recycle that piece of paper, and I have everything, and we're good to go. And then I organize it for the next school year. I can't really do that until I get like when their specials are and all this kind of stuff. I'm kind of redoing it a little bit differently this year. I want to put up on there, you know, when my kids' specials are and things, so they can go and see, and they know if they have PE or whatever, and they know they have to wear tennis shoes, because we're definitely going to pick out our clothes the night before this year then in the morning, because I had been bad about that last year. And then the next separate thing is to clean and prep their homework areas. Wherever they tend to do homework, clean it and prep it. My daughter, I want her to be able to do homework in her room without being distracted. So I'm going to be cleaning up her desk and cleaning out her main drawer. So it's not coloring stuff in the little top drawer. It's all stuff to do homework. And I'm going to do a video on that also. Hopefully I'm going to see if my husband will take the kids to play or something so I can film in her room and get that done. So basically just take everything out, anything that's broken, anything that's dried out, all that stuff, clean it out and get it nice and organized and ready for the back to school. So she just opens that one drawer up. She has everything she needs: pencils, erasers, a ruler, scissors, all that kind of stuff. And that's where it comes in, buying the back to school, some extra back to school items once they go on sale. You can really restock and prep up the homework area that needs to be done. Let's see. Woo. Yep, and fill it up with all the things you need for next year to do homework. So those are the tasks that I tackle in the 2 weeks before school. I know it was just a rambly chitty chatty video, but I wanted to get them out there so you guys know what I do, so I am back to school ready and I'm not stressing out the first day of school, because it's stressed enough with my son and his being, you know, his autisticness and his ADHD and his ODD. That stresses me out enough, and on top of all that, we have his doctor retired and we have a new doctor for him this year, so that is going to be super stressful, just because I don't know how it's going to go, I don't know what they're going to do and everything, so it's super crazy. But that is what I, you know, like to get done 2 weeks before school starts. So it's done. It's one less thing I have to stress about. I don't have to sit here and be like, oh my gosh, I need to get the backpacks washed, I need to get this done, I need to label everything. Oh no, I haven't labeled everything. Ah. So yeah, and the next video, the next video I plan on doing is showing you how I prep my kids' shoes. It's going to be a short video, but how I prep my kids' shoes for back to school and what I use to do that so they stay clean throughout the year and they still look good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are having a great end of summer, and hopefully you guys have a great back to school season, and hopefully these videos are really helping you guys with that, getting back to school and getting things done and getting stuff accomplished, so you feel like you're put together and ready as a mom to conquer the first day of school, because it can be pretty chaotic with pictures and all this kind of stuff. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.